Hello students and parents, welcome to MBA 360. Today we are going to discuss about those options beyond IIMs which are extremely strong, extremely good, and you must have it as a part of your consideration set. And the one that we're going to discuss today is SJMSOM, which is also called the SJ Mehta School of Management at IIT Bombay. This was established in 1995 to build a formal management program within one of India's strongest engineering and research institutions. The MBA program here is designed around analytical rigor, technology-driven management, and research-led learning, leveraging IIT Bombay's academic depth and industry engagement. It's got a very small, highly selective CAT-based intake. SJMSOM has positioned itself among India's leading public MBA programs, reflected clearly in its admission profile and also the placement outcomes. Let me show you through data of how it works for you and why it must be a part of your consideration set, and what are your chances of getting into that, and what kind of companies come in for placement, what kind of roles are offered, and what kind of salaries you can expect if you were to join SJMSOM. Of course, you need to get admitted there. That's the first very big filter, but I will explain to you all that. If you're not subscribed to MBA 360, subscribe right now. Please support us so that we can keep doing this good work, bringing you with data, with analysis, so that you can take the best decision possible for yourself. Now about SJMSOM, which is in IIT DOMS. It is a part of IIT Bombay, as I told you. It's a part of IIT Bombay, right? And it's called SJMSOM, which is called SJ Mehta School of Management. We'll discuss the placement stat, the salary data, recruiters, job role-wise performance, and everything that you need to know to make this a part of your consideration set. This was established in 1995. So it's got a 31-year-old legacy, right? 31 years is a very good number. It's 3 decades plus, right? Now, it's an INI, which is Institution of National Importance. Remember, it's a school within the IIT Bombay thing, right? It's spread over 5 takers, which is IIT Bombay actually. It's not just SJMSOM. The total students in this batch is, for the last 2 years, is 272, of which male is 224 and 48 is female, which is about 18% only. I personally think that this could have been much better, but anyways. Right, and 72% students come from outside the state of Maharashtra, 27% students come from the state of Maharashtra, and about 3 students come from outside the country also. The faculty strength is 41. So 41 and 272, you're dealing with about 1:8 kind of a faculty student ratio, which is very, very good. Typically, it's 1:12, 14, 15 kind of. So while we talk to the placement percentages, we should also know about the numbers, the actual median salary and the kind of stuff, right? So when we look at that data, and this week took it from the annual report of SJMSOM, the median salary for 22-24 was 26.73 lakh. The median salary. The highest salary was 72 lakh rupees, which is very good. The median salary is, as I said, 26.73, but the average salary of the top 25% is 38.29. And the top 50% is 33.82. Which means, if you now do your own math, the other 50% would be about 19 lakh. Now, this is very important for you to understand, which essentially means that the salary width is evenly spread out, and it's not that someone at the top is actually completely changing the metrics as far as the bottom half is concerned. This seems to be very evenly spread, and that is very, very good for me as I see it, because the top 25% is 38, the bottom top 50% is 33.82, which means the bottom 50% you can see is 19 lakh rupees, which means that you're more or less assured of about 15-20 lakh rupees kind of a salary when you join SJMSOM. The only critical thing that I keep looking at and wondering is, why is it that 37% seats are vacant? Maybe the way they select or admit students is extremely strict, and they don't relax the rules so that every student who deserves to be there comes there. They might be too strict on the kind of implementation of the rules that they set for themselves. But I would expect that an INI of this nature would fill in all its seats so that the seats don't go wasted, right? But having said that, everyone who's admitted is graduating, 114 admitted, 114 passed out, and 111 placed, and this is the kind of number you're dealing with, which is very good. Now, what are the companies that come for placement? Remember, it's based in Bombay, and it's also, IIT Bombay is also tech institution, but it's largely led by tech in that sense. So you actually have investment banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, ICICI Bank is there, banks are there, HSBC, Barclays, IDFC First, Yes Bank, Edelweiss, HDFC, JM Financial, Fidelity, Society General. So you actually have all the finance and investment banks and banks here. Then you have Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Flipkart, eBay, Wipro, HCL Tech, Infosys, Cognizant. Then you have startups, Justpay, Mastech, Reliance Jio is there, Seclor, Capgemini, TAS, Adani Group, Reliance Industries, Vedanta, Mahindra and Mahindra. So you actually have the big conglomerates like Adani, Reliance, Mahindra and Mahindra, Tatas and everyone also going there. And then the pharma companies, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, United Breweries, Air India. So you have every kind of company, right? From banks to investment banks to tech companies to startups to pharma companies to conglomerates. Remember, this is based in Bombay, so you'll actually have a lot of such recruitment that is happening from this institution. Now, we also looked at the LinkedIn profile of students who claim that they studied at SJMSOM, and we started looking at how they're performing in their life, right? We found 4,386 students who claim that they studied at SJMSOM, which obviously, because if the intake is about the life of the institution is about 30 years plus, and the intake is about 130, 140 only, this is what is likely to be the case, right? So when we looked at that data, about 7 students right now are working in Microsoft, 52 are working in Deloitte, in EY 21 are working, Qualcomm 1 is working, and earlier at some point in time about 154 were working in Deloitte. So which means that these people joined Deloitte and then moved on from there for better prospects, and that is what seems to have happened here, right? But when we looked at the $1 trillion companies, which is also very important, about 3 of them are working in Meta, of the numbers that I talked of earlier. 2 of them are working in Apple, Amazon 46 are working, Nvidia 1 is working, and Google 22 people are working right now in Google. So, which essentially means that some of these people who studied at SJMSOM find their pathways, get onto the largest companies in the world, and move on from their original job, which is the investment banks and the conglomerates that you talked of. They actually have moved on to better prospects also, or have gone for prospects which give them a career growth. We also looked at where they're domiciled and how they're, where are they working, the domicile, the location. When we looked at that data, 85% of the students are working in India, which also means that 15% are working across the world. Right, 15% students are working across the world. Of this 15%, 6% are in USA. Right, about 2% is in UK, then UAE, Canada, Germany. So you actually have students of SJMSOM working all over the world, maybe because they grew within the company from where they joined in and grown up the ladder, or they might have moved jobs for better prospects also, right? And of the other people, in Maharashtra, 42% are working, obviously because most of the conglomerates go there, so they might have stuck around there itself, or the investment banks or the banks. About 36% of this 42% are in Mumbai only. The others might be in Pune for all that I know. Then Bangalore, of course, because it's the software capital of India. So you essentially see the same journey here, that people are working in Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad. That's the way you've seen as far as people working in India is concerned. And then if quite a few of them, internationally it starts with USA and then goes down to the other countries, including UK and its UAE and those kind of things. But 15% for a 30-year-old institution is extremely, extremely good. Now we're going to keep doing this kind of a data-driven stories for all B schools. If you want me to cover any B school of your choice, please write to me here. I'll be happy to cover that. And please subscribe to MBA 360 if you've not already done that. It's important for us to understand that you support us in the kind of endeavor and the work that we do. Thank you so much. Namaste.